Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, I wanted to show you something I'm working on today in Studio One. For anybody who is recording, this is a pretty key thing to do. So what I'm working on today is microphone placement. I don't have a big fancy studio, so I kind of do what I can. But what I'm doing here is I'm setting up the microphone in different orientations off perpendicular to the cone of the speaker. And then I'm making the recordings over here in Studio One, and then I'm listening to them and trying to find the spot where the microphone placement sounds the closest to what I'm hearing in the room. So, when you dial in the amp, you can put your mic on it and it's going to sound recorded like it sounds as you're dialing in the room. And what I'm finding is changes down to 1/8 of an inch are dialing me in. You can start out with like 1/2 inch to kind of get it in the ballpark. But then I've actually dialed it down using the tape measure here in 1/8 inch increments to get it exactly in the right spot of where it sounds sweet. And then when I find it, now I'm going to try the same thing on the other speaker because maybe one speaker sounds better than the other. And then after I'm done with that, I'll grab a different microphone and kind of repeat the same thing with a different microphone because you don't know if you show up to a gig, is the house going to have Shure or is the house going to have Sennheiser? It's two basic ones that you would see. And so that way you can get it dialed in right in the sweet spot, get it marked off with tape and labeled so you can be confident that when you're miking up, it's going to sound like you intend it to sound, how you have your amp dialed in. So it's kind of a cool thing. If you have a DAW where you can record the samples and then go back and listen and really dial it in to suit your needs. So I just wanted to chat about that real quick. It's a cool thing, and if you're recording, I highly recommend that you put a little bit of extra time into that because it really does make a big difference. All right, thanks guys. Later. So interesting, as it turns out, I do have a speaker that sounds slightly better. So I'm marking them. And also, as it turns out, the SM57 and the E609 have exactly the same sweet spot, and I measured these down to 1/8 of an inch increments. So that's pretty awesome. So good to know if you guys are doing this at home that you could dial it in that tight. So just wanted to add that. I'm going to throw some clips where I did some recording, and I wanted to use a song. It's probably the only freaking time you'll ever catch me playing this song, but I wanted to use something that the tone is super recognizable in your head. So when you're listening to it, you know exactly what tone you're listening for. So that's that. It just kind of helps to go through the process. All right, check it out.